Congor has picked up barbed armor as well as Defiler has also picked up barbed armor.
Do you think it'd be wise for him to split up, maybe? Because I was thinking maybe if... Oh, that didn't work well for Witch Slayer. Witch Slayer getting picked off there. Devourer coming up to sit in the middle of everything. Oh, and the Balfagor ultimate going out to do a ton of damage. Fortunately, Flint Beastwood had his shrunken head, so he didn't take too much magic from all this business going on here. But the defense tower may be going to go ahead and drop to the Polywog ultimate. Oh, Polywog dropping dangerously low after the money shot, as they're going to try and go ahead and finish the defense tower, but man, it's a heavy price to pay to get what they've managed here. We've still got Flint and Wretched Hag, who are the two most important players for the Hellborns, running around. Oh, they do pick up the kill onto Voodoo Jester, leaving Balfagor all to his lonesome. And wow, yep, very unfortunate there that, you know, they took down the tower, but left Flint Beastwood and Wretched Hag standing. Gotta say that probably didn't work the way they were hoping.
Not at all. Those are definitely the two you do not want to be standing at the end of it. You know, Flint is just going to keep farming. He's got his Frostburn now. Wretched Hag is actually sitting at 383 gold per minute as well. So both of the people they want farmed on the Hellborn are getting farmed, and they're not getting picked off. Frostfield Plate we saw used in that. And, you know, they got one tower, but you got to think that they had to get those racks if they want to call that a successful push, and they just didn't manage to do it.
Yeah, even just the melee racks would have been huge, but unfortunately and I've ran into this in several games, because in 2v2 this is a very similar pattern here. You want to have, because you know your heroes are not going to make it to the end game, so you're desperately trying to push, but unfortunately getting up that hill and getting the tower down and everything is so difficult that you basically keep hitting your head up against the wall until your head's left as a bloody pulp, and they're there to clean up afterwards, and they keep getting exactly what you didn't want them to get. They're getting experience, they're getting gold from your deaths, and they are going to take down Congor here, the Hellborn, which is, you know, very important for them, as I'm sure Flint does pick that up, so nicely done there, as that's going to give them a really nice advantage in this next fight, I would say, as Flint didn't even go down last time. It'll give him a little bit more leisure to play forward there. But I guess with the tower down, that gives them that much an easier time to take down those racks. But wow, yeah, I don't know. I'm still gonna be, if I was putting money at this point, I'd still say Hellborn.
Yeah, for sure. And that Congor kill is huge. Like, I can't stress how big that is. Flint now getting that token, but now you know, not the worst news for the Legion. They do, as you say, have the tower down. Now they can push that lane, just kind of passively push it and then get out, and then the Hellborn still have to send someone up there to take care of it, because those racks are now open. And they might want to have to try what you said, splitting up, sending one person in the top lane, everyone else in the middle, just trying to get something going here, forcing the Hellborn to split their attention. But I mean, it looks like they're going to try and finish things off here. They're heading up towards this top lane. It looks like they're going to try and get those racks.
Yeah, and Polywog Priest sitting on his Staff of the Master, so his wards are going to be all the more effective. You see a ton of pings coming out from the Hellborn here, trying to get their team up to defend, or maybe even go offensive here, as they may be going for a sneak attack. I'm not sure if this is the wisest decision, but they're going to see the Legion here. Don't know if they're going to get caught out. The silence thrown out there, but not really going to matter, because it hit Slither, not Sliver, but didn't really do anything. So yeah, kind of as they're dancing up and down in this nice parallel line to each other, it looks like. As yeah, they do go ahead and stop the push there. I would really like to see basically exactly what you're saying. You know, have Defiler, have Balfagor, and all these guys come up and push like middle or bottom. Even bottom would probably be the better of the two, to distract them, and have Polywog Priest, while nobody's looking, come in up here and throw the wards down to get the melee racks. That's all they need. There's a ton of actions going down here. The Polywog wards are thrown way out here in the front. They're going to be picking up a couple of kills with them, and oh, a beautiful Balfagor ultimate is going to do enough damage to the Hellborn here. They're going to be forced to back out. Flint standing up here, manning up and taking on the Polywog wards. But unfortunately his token's gone now, and they're going to try and fight this Balfagor back, as no damage has been done whatsoever to these racks just yet. And we've got Devourer, Wretched Hag, and Flint Beastwood all still standing here ready to defend, as Devourer's kind of playing a little too far out, as he's taking a lot of damage from wards. But yeah, again, not another successful push, as the wards were forced to be thrown out way too early there. They did pick up a couple of early kills, and they almost got Devourer there. but was not quite enough. As yeah, not good. It's 18,000 experience, or 17,000 experience lead, I should say, and a 6,000 gold lead, which doesn't really mean much at this point. But yeah, that experience lead is going to be huge because they're basically doing just what I'd said. They keep going up there, and they basically keep walking into the meat grinder, and it's feeding Flint and it's feeding Wretched Hag.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. Like, that was not the worst fight ever. They got it off. They got the initiation with the polylog wards, and I know you said that they were kind of forced to put a little far back and ideally a bit forward, but I mean, you cannot complain about those placement. They did so much damage. They killed Ulysses and Slither. I don't know if they got the kill on it, but they did so much damage. They did a lot of damage on the Devour. They stopped Devour from initiating, which is huge, and really, I'd call that fight a stalemate, if not in favor of the Legion. And, it's not the best. The Legion needed a win, obviously, in that fight, and they didn't get it, and they didn't get the kill. They got one kill onto Flint. Unfortunately, that token just turned the fight around again, and if he hadn't had the token, it would have gone a lot differently. So, again, that Congor kill was pretty huge.
Yeah, and I think he probably wouldn't have been playing quite as far in advance as where he was. But if he hadn't been relying on that token, which sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I disagree with that, because you'll see some people that just go balls to the wall. It's like, well, I got a token, so I'm charging in. It doesn't matter if I die once. Whereas generally, whenever I have it, I want to hang on to that sucker as long as possible. And if I don't get the opportunity to use it, that's kind of bad, but at least, I didn't go down in a crucial fight and then be down, to where I couldn't be up and doing damage. So, I don't know. He was kind of far out there, but it ended up working towards their favor, I guess, in the end of that. But, yeah, I really would like to see a split push here, as we've got Polywog and Balfagor going top, and all the Legion guys are going to go up here again. And they're going to try knocking on this door one more time, at least. See if they can get anything going. God, Balfagor's picked up an Axe of the Malphite. He's up to 2,500 HP, basically, and has his barbed armor, which came into play there that last time as well. And along with his ultimate being a huge part in that fight, the Balfagor ultimate doing tons of damage. I think every time he's cast that so far in the last few fights, it's been 80+ charges, so he's just been wrecking base here. As they are going to go ahead and push, meeting up with a full, contingent of Slither Toxin wards and plenty of defenders here to join up, as Devour does get the grab off onto Defiler, and oh, unfortunately he gets interrupted. Balfagor throwing out the ultimate there to pick off 3 people. Hat-trick going out for Balfagor there, as they are finally going to get to have the push that they are so desperately needing. They are going to be able to take down this melee Rex. A nice combination coming out there is they did everything at once there, and it worked for them. They got the Rexes down finally, and I think that is going to give them enough of an advantage that they're going to be able to do some split pushing, be able to do some different things here, maybe come down for this bottom Rex whenever the push comes in top, and take down a defense tower real quick. So that was definitely what they needed. That's a huge pickup. You sound disgusted.
Yeah, 2 words about that fight, and that was Barrier Idol, and that's a huge pickup on Defiler, and it just completely turned the fight around.
Oh, Defiler got it, huh?
Ultimate again from Balfagor, and can't say enough about that. But I don't know about the call to back. There's only 2 heroes up for the Hellborn, and I think they could have done a lot more damage to this base and open it up a little bit more. But, they want to play it safe, I guess, which is a little questionable considering the lead. The Hellborn, I mean, they did get those racks, but again, in the process, they lost their bottom tower just to a creep push. So they got to start thinking about what they're losing here. They're ignoring the other lanes. They did get the racks, but they got to finish this game off quickly, or else Wretched Hag and Flint are just going to get way too farmed.
Yeah, and Flint did manage to survive that entire fight, didn't he? Believe he did. Yeah, so he is,
and now picking up a Frostwolf as well. So.
Oh, the Frostwolf coming out. That's going to make pushing a little more difficult. But you've got Balfagor to lead the way there. So, and Balfagor showing his tankiness that last fight as well, popping the the barbed armor and running in there, and they're kind of like, oh crap, he's got barbed armor on, don't touch him. But unfortunately, that gives Balfagor plenty of time to get that ultimate fully charged as well. And he just, wow, that was just amazing the amount of damage that did. And I don't even know if Flint got his shrunken head off in time to avoid that. But And Shrunken Head, also, that is something to note. I don't know if our general viewer knows it or not, but Shrunken Head does not stop the Defiler ultimate from eating you alive. So, yeah, definitely still not a wise idea for Flint to go toe-to-toe with her, which I didn't really come down to that time, but I know that in the past, in my noobish mistakes, I've gotten a Shrunken Head to try and survive that ultimate, and it doesn't do a thing, so that was very disappointing.
We do actually see a Devourer pick up Barrier Idol as well.
Okay.
I don't know if he had that for the last fight, but
either
way, he didn't manage to get it off.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't see it go out if he had it or not.
Yeah. But, I mean, if he can get that off, it's going to just pretty much nullify the Balfagor ultimate, so that'll be something to watch.
Definitely, for sure. As we see Slither up here trying to fight back these super creeps up here. And he's doing a pretty good job of it, but unfortunately, you know, he started out in the lane and got forced back into base, and now he's got a creep wave. He's going to try and keep pushing, as maybe going to get some help from Glacius. I don't know. But, yep, they are going to go ahead and try and push this bottom. Wow, they got a nice push going so far here. And, oh, never mind. There goes Wretched Hag to ruin the day and takes out a lot of those melee creeps. But playing a little gutsy there.
They still have their 2 ballista, so...
I know. I was counting. The archers are not nearly as impressive, as I'm not sure really how many they have here. What, they have 6? As obviously 6 ballista would just be so much more impressive. As you guys know, I am a fan of the heavy ballista, especially when they are in number. But we're going to see this push come out here, and, you know, who do we have defending top up here? We got Flint Beastwood defending top, so this could be a pretty effective push if they manage to come in here while Flint is distracted, since he's a huge part of this team. And the Balfagor minions running in here to try and do a little bit of cheap damage to this defense tower. But unfortunately, the defense was enough, and they were able to keep their ground held until Flint can come join them now. So, don't know whether they're trying to draw him out of the base or if they're going to go ahead and push for victory here.
I think they were kind of waiting for Balfagor to pick up his Behemoth's Heart. It was being ferried to him by the courier.
Wow.
And it was just... I don't like it.
Oh, yeah. Balfagor getting caught out here, but the Devourer ultimate not doing much. Defiler throwing out her ultimate and putting Barb Armor on as well. The Barrier Idol being used to try and save him from some magic damage. Defiler goes down really quickly there. Flint doing a ton of damage, but Balfagor absolutely just tanking it as he stands here, gets his ultimate off. Not really the best ultimate in the world. Did manage to do some damage to Glacius, but not enough. Wretched Hag does go down ultimately there, and Poliwag and Balfagor still standing strong as this defense tower might go down to the wards if they can keep him distracted. Flint, again, doing damage here, takes down Balfagor, gets the double tap, and is he going to be able to... Boom! Yes, he picks up the kill on Poliwag Priest as well. So a genocide going out in exchange for a tower, pretty much, and some damage onto this defense tower at the throne, or sacrificial shrine, I guess in this case. So, wow, there's a push on all lanes at that time as the defense tower middle's taking some damage as well. This is their opportunity to make a push. I don't think that they're going to have enough time to be able to make anything of it, as... Where are these guys? Oh, they're going to Congor. I didn't think Congor was up. Yeah, Flint being nice and blocked here by Devour, as they're going to go ahead and pick up the Congor kill while the Legion is incapacitated. So, what do you think of that last fight there, Smock? I guess they did get the tower, but ultimately exchanging it for a genocide.
Well, like, I don't know. That's the difference 30 seconds can make. The fact that Flint was up at the top lane, and they were just kind of dicking around at the bottom lane, not really doing a lot, and just waiting for that courier to come out. And... Again, they allowed Devourer to initiate. They pulled Balfagor, which was the main guy who needs to be in the middle of everything, tanking all that damage, and he was just on the side for the entire first part of that fight, and it just caused them to be genocided, and they didn't even manage to pick up 1 kill.
Yeah,
and
they got the early Defiler kill, I think, was a huge part of that as well. Picking her off real easy, you know, real early, you know, because that ultimate, you let that ultimate run its course, it's going to do so much damage. I don't know what the maximum output of damage on that thing is, but it's redunculous. As, what is her overall damage? Hero damage, 32,000. I mean, Balfagor's up close to that, so you got to be looking at, that's some crazy amount of hero damage to be dealt out. Even Poliwag joining the 30,000 club. And the only 2 on the Hellborn side are Flint and Wretched Hag, surprise, surprise, who are in that same club. But, yeah, not really sure what to think there. I think that they did kind of hold off a little too long on that. The Behemoth's Heart was obviously nice because it gave him the survivability that he had, but at the cost of them getting genoed, don't think it was worth it.
And they're going to have to play on the defensive now. We see Wretched